Hi there, it's good to see you. So this next 15-minute practice is designed to help release your neck and shoulders and awaken your core. I find that often when our core isn't firing, it's not working for us, that we'll compensate by gritting our teeth or tensing our neck and shoulders. And this is especially really common for people who sit at work or for large portions of the day, which is a lot of us, right? So this is a great all-around practice to release your neck, loosen your shoulders, and turn on the abdominals. Let's get started in child's pose. So come onto all fours, bring the big toes together, and just let your hips sink back. If your forehead can touch the floor, then I want you to just let the forehead drop down. If your forehead isn't reaching the floor, stack your forearms and make a little pillow so that your head actually has something to rest on. And we'll start with just 5 deep rounds of breath. Starting to get your breath deep in your belly. Feel your breath move through your low back. Relax your face. Go ahead and start to let go of your neck. Feel your neck become more loose, your head heavy. And on the next inhale, come up to hands and knees again. Bring your knees right underneath your hips and place your palms just underneath the shoulders. Instead of moving through cat-cow, I want you to keep your back nice and flat. Draw the belly button up away from the mat. Lengthen your neck. Reach your tailbone back. Now step your right foot behind you and tuck under the right toes. Just start by pedaling into the right foot. You might feel this stretch more in the sole of your foot, maybe in the calf or the hamstring. You can even roll forward and back across the ball mound of the foot to kind of stretch between the toes. Now keep your right leg straight and center your shoulders over your hands again. Start to hover those right toes. Keeping your back flat, your belly button tucked up into the body. Maybe even just bounce a couple times through the right heel to wake up the back side of the leg. Now squeeze the heel up and keep it up. Let's send the left hand forward in opposition. Trying to keep the rest of the body stable. If this is out of reach for you, just keep your left hand on the floor, but crawl the hand forward. Keep your belly button face down like a laser beam at the center of the mat. You've got one more inhale, then come back to tabletop. Right? And I want you to notice if your hips are really swung out far to the side, and as we prepare for the second side, think about keeping your hips more centered. Step the left foot back, and just gently pedal through the sole of the foot to start. Keep your neck long, your shoulders plugged out of your ears. Now keeping the left leg long, get the rest of the body back in tabletop position. And keeping everything in place, just hover the left toes a few inches off the ground. Without moving the rest of the body, just bounce the left heel back towards the ceiling. Moving the entire leg from right underneath the sits bone. Now squeeze the heel up, keep it up, and send your right arm forward. You can either spider crawl the fingers, maybe even lift the whole arm, thumb facing the sky. And keep half of your weight over on the right hip, half of your weight in the left hand. One more breath in, come back to center. Now we're just gonna take that back and forth. One breath, one movement. Send the right leg back, left hand forward as you breathe in. Exhale, return to tabletop. Inhale the second side. Exhale to tabletop. Take it on your own. Your goal here, just to minimize the swaying of your hips. So the whole body stays put, with the exception of the one arm and the one leg that are moving. Inhale to reach. Exhale to lower. We're gonna keep this going for 3. Last 2. Make sure you even out this left side. 1 more breath in. Good, release it down. You're in tabletop, but replace the hands with the elbows, getting into puppy pose now. Once you're down on the elbows, just start to army crawl those elbows forward. And similar to child's pose, I want the forehead either on the ground or with your hands like a pillow under the forehead. Lean your hips just 1 inch back from there. If you're comfortable with the arms out in front, maybe even walk the hands a little further so you get a deeper stretch through the back side of the armpit. Let's keep this breath steady for 3. Last 2. 1 more round. Lift your head to look forward. We're just gonna launch right forward onto those forearms. Walk the legs back into sphinx pose. Yes, so lay down on your stomach. You can point your feet, but make sure you're up on the elbows. If your elbows are too far back, then your chest will sort of collapse forward, and I don't want that. So get the elbows just about 1 inch in front of the shoulder. Press down through the inner edge of your palms and lift your chest up. Let's take an inhale. Then exhale, drop your chin to your chest. On your next inhale, roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Second side, inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. So we're getting this really lovely neck stretch. Inhale to one side. Exhale, chin to chest, like a pendulum. Inhale over to the second side. Exhale back through center. Now you can take this on your own for a couple of more breaths. Not forcing the movement, really just letting your head passively roll from one side to the other. And after 1 more round, we'll meet in the center. Let your chin drop to your chest. Stay there for 1 more breath. Make this a more active sphinx pose. So lift your neck and head back in line with the rest of the spine. That means your ears will be about in line with your shoulders. We're gonna start to use the forearms to support ourselves. So ground down, not just through the elbow, but all the way through the palm. Take your breath in. Look to your belly button. Lift off of your knees and gaze towards your belly button. Curl like cat pose. This is a sphinx pose sit up. Inhale, lay yourself back down. Look forward. We'll just take 4 more. Exhale, push off of the elbow. Extend the shoulders back, looking to the belly button. Good, we've got 3 more. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, lifting off the elbows, the knees. Last 2. See if you can slow it down even more. That slow, almost earthquake shake in your belly. Last time through. Inhale. Last exhale, get the hips as high as you can. Extend the shoulders as much as you can. And then lay yourself down. Widen your elbows. Give your forehead something to rest on. Couple deep breaths. Now walk your hands beside you. Come through tabletop. Tuck your toes. Push into downward facing dog. So stretch all of this out. Look towards your knees or your belly button. Let the back of your neck lengthen towards the mat. Gaze to your right hand and step the right foot forward. Warrior 1. Once your right foot is at the front, swivel the blade of your back heel down and rise facing the front of your mat, arms overhead. In your first couple breaths, let your hips sink low. Ground down through your feet. Especially the heels of the feet are going to be really helpful to stabilize you. On your next inhale, goal post your arms. This is a great position to get your shoulders out of your ears. If you work on the computer a lot or on your phone, this is a very familiar position. So I want you to bend the elbows and guide your shoulder blades down your back, creating more space around the neck. Good. Keep that posture. One more breath in, and just hinge halfway forward. So we're keeping a flat back, shoulder blades pulling down the spine, but your chest is reaching forward. Give it a couple more rounds of breath. Almost like your elbows were pulling towards the back of the mat behind you. Now start to zero in on your abdominal engagement. Find that internal GPS of your core and start to shorten your stance by hopping the back foot in. Now we've got almost all of the weight in the front leg at this point. Get the shoulders out of the ears one more time, and you can stay here or lift right up into airplane. Ground down through the right heel. Maybe keep a little bend in your standing leg to help with stability. And then squeeze up and back through the back side of your body. Your left heel, the back of the forearms lifting. If you're feeling really good, last 3 breaths, maybe reach forward, warrior 3. Just collect your hands in prayer right in front of your chest. Let's step back to warrior 1 for one more breath. Inhale the arms up and stretch it out in down dog. Palms to the ground, feet step back. Good. Press your chest back, your hips back. Get that nice juicy stretch through your torso. Now look towards the left hand and step the left foot behind the left wrist. This is the second side of warrior 1. Swivel the back heel down and rise to face forward. So you just want to be sure in warrior 1 that the back foot is actually pointed slightly towards the front of the mat. That will give you the right angle to actually put the heel down. Yeah. So lunge into the front leg, send your arms up, and give yourself a strong gazing point in the eyes. Something steady to help you bring your breath back into play. Keep the whole pose the same, just goalpost the arms. Good. Maybe it feels a little bit easier on this side because we've already done it on the first side. But I want you to get the shoulders out of the ears. This time, maybe even pull the elbows slightly behind the line of the shoulders. So you get a little bit of a pectoral stretch here. Okay, full breath in. We're keeping a flat back, but hinging forward. You're not laying on your front thigh. You're actually up above the front thigh. I don't want you to lay into the joints. I want you to actually summon the strength to hold yourself here. And start to dial into your abdominals. Find that internal GPS of the core. Keep squeezing the elbows back. And sometime in the next couple breaths, you're going to shorten your stance. Get your weight in the front foot. And lift into airplane with goalpost arms. Now maybe even wiggle the toes in the standing foot so you're sure that the weight is dropping into the heel. Then the back side of the body squeezing up. Keep your neck loose. Notice that tendency to want to grip into the neck, and put that effort into the core instead. Final 3 breaths, it's your choice. You can stay here or reach the arms forward. Final breath in. Take it as slow as you think you can. Step back, lift the arms, one more breath in. Exhale, down dog. Give it another breath. Come down to a seat. Swing your legs out in front of you. find staff pose. Pull the skin out from under the thighs. And with your fingertips right next to you, sit tall. See if you can get the shoulders out of the ears. Maybe even close your eyes there. Open your eyes, step the right foot in. Ground the right foot either inside or outside that lengthened leg, preparing for a seated twist. Look down towards the right and bring your right fingertips near your tailbone to support you. Inhale the left arm high, exhale seated twist. You can wrap the elbow at the front of the shin or hook your elbow outside the thigh. Pick a gazing point, something towards the side of the mat there. Then unwind, look forward, and just lean back for a moment, shake out your legs. Make your way back up to staff pose. Starting with a tall back, step your left foot in. You can keep that foot where it is, or bring the foot across to the outside of the lengthened leg. Look down to the left, left hand near your tailbone. Inhale the right arm up, exhale into your seated twist. Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated twist. Keep your sits bones on the ground, but try to lift your rib cage to float upward. Relax the shoulders. Maybe turn your head to look a little further back. And unwind, lean back and shake out your legs. Come up to a seat just with your feet crisscrossed for one more moment. Turn your palms to face down on your legs and close your eyes. Keep your hips heavy. Feel the sides of your rib cage float up. And keep your rib cage lifting, but relax your shoulders down. Take a final couple breaths here. See if you can feel that freedom in your neck that we were looking for. Release in the shoulders. Your breath moving in and out of your core. And float your hands to prayer. We'll take one final breath together. A deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Namaste.